Welcome to the Jim McLean lesson. Today's subject is impact. And we're going to look at building block 6, which includes step 6, but includes a lot more than that. So let's talk about impact, one of the most important positions in golf, but it's happening in a millisecond. So what are we going to think about when we hit the golf ball? Really, when you're playing, you're not going to really think too much of impact. Maybe hitting through impact or hitting past the golf ball, but when you're practicing, especially if you're not an advanced player, you really have to think about impact and getting yourself into the right impact conditions. So today's show is all about this area, ideas, tips, drills, and getting into the correct impact alignments. So what I like to do with people is understand what we're trying to do. What is the goal of the golf swing? Well, one of the goals for sure is to get yourself into a powerful impact position. I like to ask people this question sometimes if I'm working with someone and we're talking about this subject. I would say, okay, well look, you put yourself in a perfect impact position. You show me what it is, and then I'll tape them, and they're not really getting themselves into a good impact position. So their image of what impact is doesn't correspond to what I'm trying to teach them. So let's just break this thing down. The first thing I'm going to do is take away the golf club and just talk about my lead hand and my lead arm. So this part of my body, as I sit up to hit the golf ball, my left arm moves away in the backswing and gets back behind me. Now when I start down, one of the things that I try to teach people is their left arm has to swing back down in front of them so that they can get their left wrist flat at impact and they can have their hands in front of the golf ball. So when we're playing golf, we're starting in this address position. When we come to impact, again, this is a question I would ask you. Where should your hand be, this left hand? If I'm starting here, when I come to impact, should I come back to that spot? Yes or no? The answer is no. You're not trying to come back to there. Your hand is actually going to be 3, 4, 5 inches more forward when you hit the golf ball. And I don't think a lot of people really know that. So that's crucial. When I swing forward, I've got to get that left arm back here in front of me. I can't keep my left arm back here. If it doesn't move, then I'm going to have to throw my hands at the ball to hit it. And a lot of people do that, by the way. So this movement here is a combination of that left arm moving plus the shift of the center of your body, your core, forward. So if you look at this dot on my belt, I'm here at address. Am I trying to get back to there at impact? Now, I just saw an article recently, and this show is being shot in 2009, the end of 2009. I just saw a prominent teacher say that you're trying to get back to where you were at address. You absolutely could not get worse advice. You are not even close to where you started from. Your belt is supposed to be forward, 3 to 7 inches forward, and turned. If you want to hit the ball hard and far, that's what you'd want to do. If you come back to where you were at address, you're going to be hitting mostly with your arms. Now you have 4 power sources in golf. Your wrist action, hands, your arm swing and hands, your shifting motion, weight shift, and rotation. So we want to use all of them. When we get to impact, we want to be forward into this position. Let's look down at the feet. Are my feet going to be in this position when I come back? I hope not. My left knee is going to move toward the target. That puts my knee on top of my foot. I'm going to be turned and I'm going to be pushed off this instep. This is a power source right there to hit the ball. All right, now let's take the golf club. All right, now I've got the club in my hand and I'm going to place it behind the golf ball and take my stance. I have a 7-iron right here, and what I want to show you here is a small swing that we start people with a lot of times. We do variations of this. We call this a pinch drill, where you take the club up on your backswing, so you're going to get some backward hinging of your right wrist, and when you backward hinge your right wrist, that flattens your left wrist. Okay, so I do that real slow for you. If I take it back like this, it keeps the cup in my wrist. This flattens my wrist. It also helps the club elevate. Now I've got that club up. From here, I'm going to hold that angle as I start down. So the way I'm going to get the club down is to let my left arm move down to strike the ground, combined with a little bit of rotation. So this is not a lot, but it's called a little pinch drill. So it looks like this. Now, that seemingly easy drill is unbelievably hard for people to do. So we work on people. I have to get in there with them and move them. Our teachers will come in and actually move them, and we'll really work hard on them until they can get the club to go from here at address to there at impact, where the shaft is now leaning toward the target and you're hitting on a descending blow. Then when you descend on that golf ball, it will spin up. So if I'm holding the ball in my hand here and I swing through and the club leans back, you can see where I'm going to hit the middle of the ball because the ball's in a little cup in my hand. If I go the other way, if I have the club leaning forward and I hit down on it, do you see how that ball goes up the hand? And now we'll go into the air. The shaft has to be leaning forward to do that. If it's leaning back, I'm going to top it every time. Or hit my back of my hand here. It's not going to work. This way, when I'm driving forward, I hit down, that ball goes up the club face. So that's what I'm trying to teach people when we do this little small drill. Now, once we can accomplish something very small, then we move on. That's why I call it the building block approach. That's why it's the absolute centerpiece of how we all teach at my golf schools. We go step by step, block by block, and we use building blocks for these small little shots. Now, if I actually couldn't get somebody to do as much as I did right there, I might go even a little smaller to just a little baby chip shot where we just move it just a little bit back and then hit this way. So just a nothing shot until a person can do it. And then we build back. Now, once we've got that action going, then we'll film somebody and see if they can get those hands forward when they hit a real shot, when they hit a full shot. So we'll see if they can do that. We'll film it over and over till I can see them getting the shaft forward at impact. So most of the people that come to our golf school aren't too good at that. They have more of the idea. They take the club up to the top, they see the ball down there, and it's pretty natural to just swing your hands and arms at the ball, or if you're trying to get it in the air, actually lean back a little bit and throw the club. They get to impact and they look more like this. They might throw the club over the top. But when they come in to hit the ball, they look more like this. They've thrown away the speed. The fastest part of their swing is actually behind the golf ball rather than out here in front. The idea is your right arm is still bent, your wrist is still bent, coming into this section of the hit, and right in here you release everything and strike the golf ball that way. A real good simple thing that you can do is use an impact bag at home, or if you're in a hotel room, you can put some towels against a wall and practice going into impact, bam, and hit the bag and hold, and then look in the mirror and check to see if you've done some of the correct things, which would be footwork, rotation, shift, and the hands forward, the left arm up here. We don't want to come into that bag this way or come in with a closed club face or an open club face. We want that club face square up against that bag so you'll feel a little pressure there when you strike the golf ball. Now, I'm going to show you a little drill I did with a really good player that used to teach here for me who was lagging the club too much. So one of the things you can see with a good player sometimes is too much lag. where they drag the club too much. So I've done a lot of work with players in my life who actually lag too much, the better player. One would be Brad Faxon. We did a ton of work where we tried to straighten the right arm out, release the club sooner so they didn't over pull and lag the club. Same thing with Tom Kyte. In this room right here, the reason I have this white line up here is because Tom Kyte wanted to see if his ball was starting straight. So for a long time he'd start a little bit to the right, so we really worked back to the left where he had to release the club a little sooner. He liked that feeling. But I wanted to mention this other really fine player who helped me think of an idea to get him back into good impact alignments. His name is Rick Hartman. He's at the Atlantic Club, one of the real famous golf courses in the United States, and he's been one of the great players up in the Met section, winning the Met Open many times and lots of other tournaments. Doesn't practice much. He's just a really fine player and a great club professional. Well, Rick was kind of dead on his legs and had a lot of drag, and he just couldn't stop doing it. We talked about it, we filmed it, couldn't stop doing it. So I had him hit the bag, and I'd film him hitting the bag. This is a long time ago. And when he came into impact with the impact bag, he'd smack this bag, and he'd look just perfect, just beautiful. Boom. So we'd have him hit the impact bag, boom, perfect every time. Put a ball down, he'd be back with a lot of drag. So I was just thinking, well, maybe if I put the golf ball in behind the bag, he could do it then. So I had him actually hit the ball like this with the bag there and had him just try to flatten his club against that bag. So it went boom. And he did that really well. And all of a sudden he got to impact where he got the club more in center. It wasn't over lagging. So then all I did is I'd have him line up to this bag with the ball right there, and then I'd have him visualize hitting the bag. I held the bag right here, and then when he took his backswing, I just pulled the bag away, and he hit it, and it worked. So it was like a miracle. So this bag has been a good thing for me normally to teach somebody to get lag. But golf's a game of adjusting to the person. All of our teachers adjust to the student when you come to our school. We don't sit out on the range and teach a method and just go repeat something over and over and teach the same swing to everybody. No, that's not good teaching. You've got to teach, everybody's different. You've got to teach to the person. Some people throw it too much, some come over the top, some have short backswings, long backswings, and get into bad impact alignments. So to get a person to really good impact alignments, I have to use tricks, ideas, visual images, feels. I've got to come in and move their club for them so they can actually do it. It's one thing for you to understand that you're supposed to have lag, that you're supposed to have the shaft forward. That's great that you understand it, but you have to do it. And I think that's why our golf schools are successful, especially the 3-day schools. If you come down for 3 days and immerse yourself in a school where you're away from home and all the distractions, and you really work on something with a professional instructor who knows what he's doing, you're going to get better. You're going to make a big improvement. And otherwise, working with a teacher one-on-one, that's obviously great too, but do it for a period of time until you can actually accomplish these good impact alignments. So at impact, again, to review, when you come to hit the ball, having this flat left wrist is imperative that you can do this, that your left arm's in good shape, that you're over it with the weight forward. You've got to learn to do that to hit a golf ball like that. You just cannot be a good player hitting the ball with this cupped backward left wrist this way. Once in a while, I see somebody over-lag it. I tend to do that in my swing. Over-lag it, hit the ball too low, peel it off to the right, and then you end up trying to lean back. So it's a very more advanced problem, but it's still an impact problem. So we do all of these adjustments, We get a feel, we work on it, we videotape it, we talk to the person, we have them understand it, then do it small, build it. The building block approach, step by step, block by block. That's how you get better at golf. That's how you really improve. So get with somebody that you trust. I would really love to see you buy that building block, step 6, building block 6, if you're having impact problems, because it shows you a lot of tour players and ideas like this show did. So remember, impact. To be a good player, you have to have good impact alignments.